conversion comes through the words of the gospel. In verse 44, it says, while Peter was still speaking these words, the Holy Spirit came. Notice the Holy Spirit just doesn't come abstractly. Why didn't the angel, when the angel showed up, 4 days before, why didn't the angel, if they wanted the Holy Spirit in Cornelius' life, why didn't the angel just zap him? Angels surely would be able to do it better than Peter. No, because the Holy Spirit's not an abstract force. You could sit there in your room and say, oh, Lord, hit me with the Holy Spirit, hit me with the Holy Spirit. It won't happen. The Holy Spirit comes through belief in the gospel. You want more of the Holy Spirit? Believe the gospel more deeply. You want the Holy Spirit for the first time? Believe the gospel. Because it was as Peter was speaking those words. What were the words? Well, here they are. Verse 38, Jesus lived a perfect life of service for God and man. Secondly, though, Jesus died and took the curse. He died on a tree, which means it was a cursed death. In other words, Jesus lived a perfect life that earned a blessing, but at the end of his life, he took a curse. Why did he do that? He took the curse for us. He died for us. How do we know he didn't just die? And the answer is the last part of Peter's words, the resurrection. We saw him, Peter said. We ate and drank with the resurrected Jesus, and that's how you know his death wasn't just a death, it was a death for you. And that's when it came down. Let me put it to you like this. Jesus talked about a baptism of fire. I have come to bring fire on the earth, the fire of God's judgment, and how I wish it were already kindled. I have come to undergo a baptism, and how crushed I am to see it completed. When the soldiers came for Jesus, nothing happened. Why? Because on the cross, Jesus took the fire of God's judgment. Jesus took the punishment for sin, so that we could have the fire of God's power. We could have the fire of God's beauty and love. Do you see? Or put it this way, when he said it was a baptism, he was going to be baptized with the fire of God's judgment so we could be baptized with the fire of God's love and power. On the cross, Jesus Christ was baptized. He was immersed in God's absence. So we, who believe in him, could be immersed in his presence. Jesus got the baptism of fire, of judgment, so that we could have the baptism of fire, of power. And that's what changes you. When they heard that, when they heard the gospel, when they realized, and when you realize, the fire of God's judgment came down on Jesus for your sin, at that moment the fire of God's beauty and power comes down on you.